side by side. This is technically a different venue. But we're out here today at Tsukuruma Circuit, but as you can see, no one is out there today except for a truck doing maintenance. So where is that car noise coming from, you might be asking? Well, it's coming from here. This is called Driving Pallet NAS. Even though they're side by side, this is technically a different venue. And as you can see, it is more of a open skid pan style track. We're here today because Morita-san from Novo Eyes is running a little track day, and I've never been to this track before, so I thought I'd come and check it out. I mean, I've been here before, but I've never actually driven, this layout. Okay. That track is a lot more technical than it looks. I'm in third gear. Too late on the accelerator. The timing is difficult. Don't hit the Lexus. Gearing is not quite right for this track. Second is a little bit too low. Sounds good though. I checked the oil just before and it's still like perfectly clear. I've been told that I can set up my own little burnout spot. All right. Can I go out? Morita's explaining something. Maybe I should wait. All right, I'll wait a second. Oh, okay, they're doing like a drift kana. Okay, they're heading off. Okay, quick, before the guard to come. all the smoke's coming through the holes in the floor. All the smoke came into the cabin, like much worse than usual. そう、ここから煙が入っちゃった。Yeah, look, there's the tires. All the smoke just came straight to the cabin. All right, well, we know it does second gear burnouts. It left barely any marks at all. But I guess it's an 8.6, so I'm going to teach you a word in Japanese. Stress kaiso. Huh? Enjoy. That reminds me, I found a video the other day of me back in Australia when I had my 180SX doing burnouts in that. Anyway, I got this door. See that? I don't like it. This is a replacement door I got from Up Garage. As you can see, tag's still on it. And I could just put the trim on there from the old one, but I don't want to do that. The spirit of the beans is to not spend any money on it whatsoever. So it's like the new beer can, basically. And instead of buying a trim or something like that, I did the cheap, nasty option and got a sheet of core flute or corrugated plastic or whatever you call these things. The stuff they make real estate signs out of. Last time I was here, I took some measurements and I cut this up because I didn't want to spend all my time cutting it while I was here at the track. So I hope it fits. You might be asking, why are you filming this, Alexi? That sounds really boring. Well, it's going to be a sticker board. I took a bunch of stickers from my A86 file and put them on there. So let's see if this fits. Oh, it's really close. I really like it. I also like my choice of grey. So I left some space because I know I'm going to get some other A86 stickers eventually, but yeah. There you go. Yeah. Now, even though it's half-assed, I don't want to do it completely half-assed, so I bought some like real Toyota, well, they're not real, they're replica, but trim plugs as well. Instead of just like double-side taping it on or something. Doing things half-ass, but doing them well half-ass, I think is the theme of this car. All right, close enough. 1 and 2. There we go. It's the little touches like this. It's so weird hearing a V8. It's a Lexus. I can really see it getting to a point where we see a lot of Lexus drift cars. I mean, I don't know, is that how it is overseas already? I don't even know. Yeah, because they're pretty soon they'll be the only like high power rear-wheel drive cars that are not crazy expensive to buy. But I like this so much. I don't know, I just like this so much. I've just always wanted to do that, and this is my excuse. Wait, why are the hazard lights off? Wait, what, the button works? It never used to work. Why does it suddenly work now? On, button, hazards off. Ah, okay. Well, that was easy. It fixed itself. There you go. This car's great. It fixes itself. Today's episode, we see Naoki Nakamura do this at Fuji Speedway. I'm at Fuji Speedway today for an event being run by Velino Tire. This is Naoki Nakamura's practice car. Today's event is a collaboration between Drift Tengoku magazine and Velino Tire, and it's a one tire competition where everybody has to use the Drift Tengoku Velino collaboration tire. You can see their special collaboration Griva Drift Tengoku. Here's the sticker. So you might have seen me use this tire before. I've run a few track days in my JZX 100 with this tire. It's a very hard compound and lasts a very long time, but it still comes in drift car style sizes, 17 and 18 inch. Because as we all know, drifters live and die by tires. So Naoki Nakamura, who is the 2021 D1 Grand Prix champion, is here to judge, and he's actually come along with a lot of his friends from down in West Japan too. Because the day is already over when I'm shooting this, I can tell you there is going to be some awesome driving, But before we do that, let's have a bit of a talk about Fuji Speedway drift course itself. The course has had a bit of a renovation done to it recently. So I came here a few weeks ago on reopening day to see what had changed. I wanted to show you the freshly renovated Fuji Drift Park course. I used to come here a lot back in the day before I started YouTube because it was fairly cheap to drive, especially on a weekday. And a lot of my friends would come here as well. I heard they renovated the track recently, so I thought I'd come and check it out because I would like to drive here again fairly soon, because even though it is a very simple layout, just a big oval with some chicanes in the middle, it still is very good for practice. It's good for tandem driving. It's also good for practicing big entries down the back there. So you can see that's the main grandstands for the front straight of Fuji Speedway, and the front straight runs down there. And this is where this thing is here, this track. We called it Doripa for short, or Drift Park. I think they've changed the name. I need to go and check. This track has some good points and some really bad points. There is almost zero runoff anywhere on this track. So if you go off, you can go into that tire barrier there, or this tire barrier here, which is actually kind of notorious for crashing cars. I crashed into it once and bent up the whole front end of my original Skyline that I had. I believe the track was originally designed by Keiichi Tsuchiya. It had all these nicely colored ripple strips, which immediately just got turned black from people drifting over them. So they're kind of hard to see. And there's one down here, this one right there, that if you're doing a big entry into the first corner going counterclockwise, it can be hard to see. And as you can see on this video, yeah, if you hit it the wrong way, it can cause some big problems. I just realized I have a bunch of footage of people crashing here. Like, for example, this one, Matsuda, who was pushed off the track by Daigo Saito and ended up halfway up the bank here. As for the rest of the track, it's been resurfaced. Nice Supra that was here today. Also, they've added this shelter on the track side of the pits. It used to be over there. And they've got this like two-story office thing. Just some minor upgrades. Also, the toilets are better now too. I just remembered, one of the worst things about this track is because the pits run along here, right next to the front straight. So if the cars are really loud that day, it's almost impossible to have a good conversation with anybody. You have to yell the whole time. I sort of remember losing my voice a lot, especially if people are running A86s and stuff like that. It can get quite loud. Oh, it's called Multi-Purpose Driving Course now. But the old nickname was Drift Park, so Doripa, so now it's, I guess I'll call it Multi-Pa. I don't have a car to drive here today because I came in the van, so I'm going to put you in with the Trust R35 GTR, which is Masato Kawabata's former championship D1 Grand Prix car. Here's a sample lap. Track looks kind of hard in the wet in that car. Oh well. Back to what we were doing before.
秋葉選手は D1 の時何履いてるんですか？ベルギアですね。ベルギアですか？
Alright, it's the final four battles now, and Casey's in it.
ケイシーはドリコン成績的にはいつもどんななんですか？パキッと抜けてくるね。流星対ケイシーってのも面白いね。さあじゃあ先行が秋葉流星、はい、後追いがディララムケイシー。いやーディララムケイシー追走もうまいですよ。さあ見物スタートしました。ケイシーでも日本語の説明分かってたからやっぱり分かってる。振ってきた振ってきた。おお入ってきた入ってきた。後半入ってきた後半。
返した感じだな。
後追いのパイロン飛ばしたんですかね、あれ。今は何があるの？
先行8に対し
は
て
い
軽視 8.5。
自分
ちょっとだけ
は
詰めた。
後半ね
88ですね。
はい、
行ってこいで前半と後半でいいとこ同士。
先行が軽視、後追いが流星。
軽視意外にね、早いからね、この細かいとこから。
いい位置にいる、いい位置にいる。しっかり車に構えて。これはどう審査員が見るんでしょうね。
い
最後
やこれはね、
うん
さっきと逆
はい
で、前半秋葉流星が入ってたんですけど、
そうですね
8、8.5。
8.5ということはサドンです。決定。
はい、もう一本です。
すぐ行けますか。後追いが停止。さあスタートしました。停止はそうここよろしくして真面目。流れ気味になるんだなこれ。さあ D1 ドライバーの後追いを見せるか。最高がパイロンをちょっと飛ばしたかな。これは近い。これはいいところに入っている。そして
これは完璧に捕まえた。
これは取っちゃったんじゃないかな。
8、9流星。
ということは
決定です。
決定です。
決定です。勝ったのは秋葉流星。ゲットザウィンですね。
ゲットザウィン。
はい。
さあ来ましたよ。
さあ先
おいスタート
頭がマイキ。さあ引き離しちゃうのか。230馬力がついていく。
ノーマル馬力で。
あれは何ですか。サインはどう見るのか。
侵入から入ってたんで、
はい
8.5、藤尾選手かな。
そうですね。
あんまりパワー差を感じないっすね。
はい、
この感じはね。
そうですね。
確かにパワーないからちょっと小さいとこ行ったんですけど、でも
中村
あのパワーにしてはすごい頑張ってる
400
と思います。
馬力ぐらいっつってますけど、
はい。
ね、8、8.5。
8.5で、
はい
藤尾選手。
うん。
入ってましたね。確かに。
さあ入れ替えました。後追いがマイキ。お早いの早いの。どうした？これはマイキもちょっと困惑。220馬力を300馬力。勝ったのは藤尾選手。
はい。
さあ決勝。
あ
先行は秋葉。さあ後追いが藤尾。いいラインで秋葉がいった。かっこいい。単勝である110点ぐらい出たんじゃないですか。ねえ。
すごい
あれはすごい単走の
いやー
先行が。
先行は良かった。
すごい先行。
よかったっすね
後追いがどこ行ったらいいか分かんなくなっちゃったもんね。
はい
ね
すごい良かった。
面白いですねこの追走、
はい
先行がかっこよすぎて取っちゃったってい
そうですね。
さあ秋葉がどんどん両者うまく流した。これは
決めたくないな。
ねそう
見たくないんだけど見たいなもう一回。どうですか？
どうぞ審査委員長。
はい。
にゃにゃにゃにゃにゃにゃにゃにゃ
77。
77
はい。で、藤尾選手ちょっと刈り込んだんですけど、ギリギリラインはかすめてて、ここでぶつかったんかなと思いきや、1本目の差で、
差で決まりです
決まりで
ね
す。かね。優勝は
もう今の話の中で
秋葉流星に決定、
優勝。
第1回バリトリオは秋葉流星に決定い
はい、
たし
じゃあここ
ました。
下がってもらいながらここの前ゆっくり。
選ばれし者たち 栄えある第1回バリドリ王決定戦優勝したのは秋葉流星。
おめでとうございます
ありがとうございます。すごい駆け引きと
駆け引きと
テクニックを見せてもらい、はい、盛り上がりました。ありがとうございました。
皆さんいい走りをありがとうございました。皆さんに拍手。
ちなみに結果は、2位が藤尾選手、3位が中村真希選手、4位がケイシー選手で、はい、おめでとうございます。ありがとうございました。かっこいいものを見せてもらいました。
あとは表彰式で、
ありがとうございます。
かっこいいよ。かっこいいよ。
I'm out here today at Four Heads with the design. Looks somewhat familiar. Zach? Ri-chan's already working on it. If you remember a couple of weeks ago when I went to D1 Grand Prix to do the commentary there, when I was driving home from Ebisu Circuit, I heard this weird pakunk sound come from the rear end of the car. It was that tire sound, you know when you run over something and it makes a funny noise? Well, then this happened. So I'm cruising back from Ebisu in the van, everything's good, got some music going, and then suddenly get that pata sound of death. Now let me show you. You can see the inside just shredded. Luckily it took a few seconds to go down, so I was able to jump into the emergency lane. And you might think, well, that's fine, that's no problem, Alexi, you know how to change tires. Just do it yourself, you got the spare, right? Well, yep, I've got the spare, pull that out. I never checked it after I bought it, that's how stupid I am. Tire's fine, but the valve is just rotted. So as soon as I touched it, just all the air came out. So I gotta wait and get rescued, yay. Luckily I just had to make a phone call, got rescued pretty quickly and was back on the road. It was the same tires that were on the car when I bought it. They're kind of old, worn out, and these wheels are terrible. Nasuka no tire交換? あ、知ってる知ってる。ちょっとなんかやってみたいな。
何あれでも取るのが早い。
なんかどっかで見たピットに練習用がありますよ。なんかやる前に練習するんです。なるほど。Let me explain what's going on. The wheels that are on the car, I don't like them, so I'm putting these wheels on. Here's the old ones. What are they? I don't know. Steiner wheels. I don't know. I think it's just a brand. But the wheels going on right now You might be thinking, that's just some Toyota wheels, man. What's special about them? Well, these are the most popular swap for this car, the Toyota Noah, also the Voxy. It's like a sister car of this. These are the standard wheels off its big brother, the Toyota Velfire. So if we compare those, if I just back up. So if we compare those two cars, this is the Noah, this is the Velfire. It's like the bigger brother. I'd like a Velfire, but it's kind of overkill for what I want to use it for. This is basically the same car as the one I had before, just a newer model. This car has already traveled up and down the country several times, taken it to Ebisu a few times. It's also gone down to D1 at Okoibuki and a couple of family trips. So for people who noticed the Recaro kid seat in the back, yes, it is a family van. Well, why do you think I drive a van?
大丈夫だよ。
本当?
いらないよ。
No, I read on the internet that the front needs a 5mm spacer, but maybe it doesn't. Yeah, it's such a popular swap. There's like a dozen reviews of it on Minkara, which is sort of a Japanese car social media site. I don't know how popular it is now, but it used to be pretty popular.
まあでも後ろなんかつらみたいになったね。
つら?
タイヤね、結構出たね。外に。
本当?
お前さん怒るのは、絶対出てるでしょっていう。出てるかな、わかんないときは、万が一出てないとかっこ悪いから。だから言わない。でもこれは止めないと思うよ。
See, this is how this car should have looked standard with 18s instead of 17s. No, wait, it came with 16s standard, I think. Yeah, this is much better. Yeah, so I thought I'd just start filming more of this sort of stuff. Like, I know that people want to see this sort of stuff. I think it's just kind of boring. I'd rather get it over and done with, but you know, like when I went and bought the wheels, I bought them from Up Garage. I know it would have been cool to go there, go to Up Garage and buy wheels, but honestly, I had it on my phone. I just went to the guy at the counter. Here's the stock number. He went and got them and just put them in the back. That was it. So sorry. I'll try and do more stuff like this. And the good thing is, because these are factory wheels from like a car 2 generations old, they're so cheap. For a full set of 4 with, I mean, they had some scratches, like a little bit of, I mean, look, it's fine. This wheel's fine. There's no scratches at all. There we go. I just made it look stock. It's kind of anticlimactic how normal it looks, but this is way better than before. I can actually trust it to drive on the expressways now. Some big fat rubber on it and heavy wheels. That is true. Yeah, silver is the color which you don't see dirt on, so I never have to wash this again. ありがとうございます。納豆？あ、納豆。納豆嫌い。あ、納豆ね。はい、ありがとうございます。納豆じゃない。
Expensive tire だよ。
Expensive tires. Yeah, so like I said, this 4 heads is it's a bit dark. You can see them up there. Racks and racks and racks of tires. I got a second-hand pair of Bridgestone Regnos for the front, which are actually a minivan tire. And on the back, I've got some, what are they? Pirelli Dragons. Second-hand as well. With plenty of rubber on them. It's easier to buy good tires in pairs instead of 4s. So there you go. I want to give you a preview of Lee-chan's S14 Sylvia. Yeah, let me turn the light on. There we go. You will be seeing this in a video later on, but this is the current look for Lee-chan's S14. And if you look at the front over here, if that front fender design looks somewhat familiar, he's actually based it on the Roughwelt Porsches. See this sort of shape here? It's all hand done. It's also got the, I don't want to use the brand name, like the corking, right? This part, so this looks exactly like the Porsches, right? Well, almost. I mean, it's an S14, but we will definitely 100% be seeing this in a future video. Noriyaro. And some people might want to see it too. Yeah, here's an Itasha. Two Heart, it's a fairly old video game. like a dating sim. Also, look at this. This is not a turbo. It's NA. This is a fake intercooler. And it's also NA automatic, and it's on air. So all show, I guess, as much go as you're going to get out of an NA S15. Sorry, S14. It's got Massa fenders. This is the conversion kit that Massa does. So it's S15 front and S14 rear. All right, jump cut. We came out for ramen.
Monja soba.
Monja soba. There is a very strong smell of garlic.
No soup.
Monja soba. It's soba with no soup.
ちょっとチェックして。
はい。
僕大好き。
はい。お。じゃあ混ぜる。
ガンガンだってこうやってこうやってそうそう。
嬉しそうアレクシー。
Smells so good.
Enjoy your meal.
Really good. I'll teach you a word. Ajihan. Basically, when you're halfway done eating ramen, you put some sort of topping on it, like something else, to change the flavor. Pro technique. Garlic. Alright, we came back. I just paid for my tires and we're gonna go to the next place. Arigatou. Next place we're going is something you've seen on the channel before.
Turn right, then you will arrive at your destination.
Oh, okay. I think it's this way. A friend of mine bought a new car and we're gonna go check it out. If I can find where they are. Just got fresh wheels and tires. I'm already going down a dirt road. Yeah, he can go that way. Well, I'll try and get as close as I can. I'm just gonna go park and walk in because there's no way I can get in there in this. Well, I mean, I could. I can get in, probably can't get out. All right, looks like we're walking. Probably this way. Oh, there they are. No more.
どうやって来たの？
歩いてきた。
歩いてきたの？
あっちに止まったから。
なるほどね。誰
I
か。
found him, it's Mitsumori.
はい。
Yay.
Yes.
This is his new...
あ、この辺りそうだったんだ。
初めてこれ。
いや、
今日。
2回、3回目。
3回? 3回目. So he bought himself a Jimny and it's his third time out here.
I drive Jimny, so third time. So fun.
So fun. Here we go.
カメラ壊れちゃうから気をつけて。
本当? 気をつけます。
本当に危ない。
You know that these guys are serious when they have the diamond plate on the quarters. Because these things tend to go like that quite a lot. Or like that. お久しぶり。はい。Holy shit. Oh man, you couldn't even walk through here. Oh, it's like a literal cliff. We are at angle. This is some angle. Yeah, these things are no joke. I had to make sure I still got my phone in my pocket so I didn't fall out. So the guy who gave us a ride, his name is Mr. Lavender, is his old nickname. He's actually a old school 886 driver as well, and he's deaf, or at least he's almost deaf. Look at this. We just drove through here. So we got the old two-stroke like the one we saw last time. That reminds me, last time we came here was with a couple of drift drivers and like some Team Orange guys. Remember Igisu rolling over? This is obviously not a Jimny, it's a Honda Element. This belongs to Tokyo Newer, if you've seen his photos. He's out here taking some photos. Alright, that's all for today. Good morning. I'm here at Secret Garage Sale. There's Seo-san, that's a truck. And we are on a mission today to rescue my Skyline. Okay, we made it to Ebisu Circuit. Unfortunately, as you can hear in the background, there's bikes riding on the course. So normally you can drive over the course through a gate up there, but today there's just this tunnel. And the truck won't fit through the tunnel, so we have to walk there. And we're parked next to this creepy forest. Look. Okay, this gets pretty deep from what I remember. You know, the pits are full of high aces, that means it's bikes. Alright, we're back. Now, I don't have a booster pack, and as you saw, we can't bring the truck down here right now, so I hope this car, which has been here since November last year, will start. Alright, this will make my day a lot easier if you start, so please just start. RB すごいね。That was the last time it ran. Starts up straight away. That's why I love this car. I forgot to check before Okay, so there's no birds left. We're okay. I was a bit worried about that. 見て。巣がある。でももう使ってないから大丈夫。I gotta get this loaded before it starts raining. While we wait for Seo-san, let's talk about this car and how it ended up here at Ebisu. I originally bought the car back in 2011 as a cheap way to do lots and lots of practice at Ebisu Circuit. And that I did, on some days like this doing hundreds of laps. It took a lot of abuse, snow drifting, rally driving, and of course, crashing into other people. I did bring it down to Tokyo one time for an event at Sportsland Okigawa, which I thought would be a bit too hectic for my JZX100 daily driver. But it otherwise spends its time going hard at Ebisu Matsuri or open practice days. There have been replicas of the car made in Poland, the USA, RC replicas, video game replicas, fan art, concept art, official merch only sold at Ebisu, And people even send me photos of themselves next to it like it's a tourist attraction. It's been a great car to drive, but when the turbo blew at last year's Auto Matsuri, I knew it was time to bring it back to Tokyo and take it to the next level. Ooh. Good to go. So the beer can Skyline has lived here at Ebisu for almost as long as I've owned it, and it's been great, but it's about time we took it back to Seo-san's workshop and gave it a bit of an image change and a lot of maintenance. じゃあドライバーさん帰りましょう。帰りましょう。It's the Nissan factory in Tochigi, and they're closed today. So I'm just going to be cheeky and get a photo in front of the factory. Here, look. Here we go. Nissan, in front of Nissan. So this car may have been made here. I don't know. I could check, but you know, we were driving past it, so I thought I'd just stop here anyway. So that's the Nissan factory all the way in there, all the way back. You can just see like the roof of it in there. And that's like the, I've been here before. They do a factory tour. That's where they do the factory tour from over there. Nissan, I apologize, but this was too good a chance. He wanted me to pose for a photo. It's so hot. We need some lunch. Something cool for lunch. Alright, we came to a ramen shop for lunch. And because it's hot today, we're getting this. It's dipping ramen. So instead of the noodles being in the bowl already, they're separate and they're cooled down. So it's not quite as hot as a normal ramen. Good? Sure. Good. Yeah, ここじゃない。いや、違う。それじゃない。There's one more place we needed to come. It was sort of on the way, and I thought it'd be stupid not to stop here. We need to get a photo in front of the Asaki Brewery. That's it here. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, that's a brewery. There it is. Okay. わかんない。ここにビールある。So for those of you, I don't want the guy at the gate to yell at me. So for those of you who don't know, this is one of the best-selling beers in Japan, Asahi. All right, this is it here. That is what I based the logo on the door on, because it kind of looks like a can of beer, right? Super dry Asahi. That's super drift Alexi. Okay, let's go before we get yelled at. Victor! Yeah, we did it. The reason we stopped here is because, you know, we saw the Nissan factory on the way here before, and Seo-san was like, oh, we should stop at the Asahi factory too. So, and it's sort of on the way, it's a bit out of the way, but, you know, look, this is... Suntory. This is probably the last time you're going to see this car with this livery on it, so I thought, oh, why not? And there is actually a really big Asahi brewery right near Ebisu Circuit. One time I saw a guy walk up to the Skyline taking photos of it, laughing. I said, oh, you like it? He goes, yeah, I work at the factory. I'm going to show this to the people there. Oh, the heat just makes everything twice as bad. But we're back. The furthest the Skyline has been from Ebisu for however long I said before in that compilation. Like, that's how long this has been at Ebisu. I think it looks pretty good for being there that long, to be honest. And this is disgusting, but we'll see what we can do about this. If you're wondering why I asked Seo-san to look after the 32, here's his 32. If you're new to the channel and you haven't seen this car yet, here's a reminder. もともと NA 車です。もともと NA 車ですか？じゃあこれ交換した？なぜ？6 He wanted to run the long champs. Yeah, that little clip with the because I wanted long champs seemed to be quite popular with a lot of people. You love Longchamp?
Yes.
And here's the engine, same as you saw in the last video. 2.2 litre RB20 with a bunch of RB26 stuff on the top. So it looks like a fancier engine than it is, but it goes good. Here is a 32 that Seo-san has built for a customer. Yeah, that sounds better than mine already. I like his light up shift knob and purple interior. Also, this purple is Seo-san's signature color, so it's going to have to appear on the skyline somewhere. Yeah, this color here. It says here RB. If you look at this symbol, it looks like the Japanese symbol for Inochi, or like life force. So, you know, this is RB is life. So even with the almost normal engine and a RB25 turbo, so it's slightly bigger, and that exhaust manifold, it sounds way better than mine, even with just those mods. Yeah, that's how it should sound. This is another one that he's building for a customer. Apparently the customer wanted to buy that one, but he said, I don't want to sell it. So he said, well, I'll make you a replica. Oh look, it's like mine, it's missing the light on that side. This is the engine that's going in it. It's an RB20, but it's got the RB26 covers on it. Tome cam gears, and these have been painted to the pulleys. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the little adventure going up to Ebisu, picking up the Skyline and bringing it here to Secret Garage Seo. That's the shop sign. I gotta be honest, I haven't really put a whole lot of thought into how I want this car to turn out. I think I have to come back here one day, sit down, have a bit of a look at it, and talk with Seo-san a bit more about it. Because we talked a lot in the truck today, but ね、結構いっぱい話したんだけど、まだ何も決めてないんじゃないですか。確かに。紫ペンキを塗る。それ決まったね。それ決まった。We're gonna paint it purple somewhere. At least. Somewhere purple? I don't know. Somewhere. It's gonna be purple somewhere.